Pranav Guha Thakurta from Edu TV. Today, we are with Mr. Kumar, the famous Mr. Anil Kumar. He is the principal of Delhi Public School, Faridabad. And he took up the school in a very nice, it's one of the most famous and popular schools in the NCR region. So, welcome, sir. Sir,
Thank you. Thank
as you
you.
have done so well in life, I would like to know more about your journey as an educationist, how it started, and what all things you did, and how you reached to this place. Sir.
Uh, Pranav, I'll say it's like blessing from the Almighty. First of all, I must thank Him for that particular reason, because it is without His blessings, it is not possible at all. But one thing which was very particular and straight was that right from the early childhood, I am the fourth generation teacher of my family. So that makes me life easier for me and makes choices simpler for me. Though I had the choices of getting into engineering and other institutions and maybe in the police services at some stage, but it was decided to continue with the tradition, and then I opted to be a teacher. It was like when I just passed out from college as a graduate. So the only thing which my uncle said was that, look, from my side, you should be a teacher. At best, you can try for the civil services, and not more than that. And then I had a personal dream of getting into, I'll say, law at some stage that was very, very initial. I wanted to be a session judge when I just started teaching. The only good thing which I'll say in this entire process was that I started teaching at a very, very young age. That was, and I'll say the entire credit goes to my teachers during the school time, because when I was in seventh standard, I used to teach children of the sixth standard. When I was in eighth standard, I used to teach children of the seventh standard, and that opportunity was given by my teachers at that point in time. So, and I remember my Sanskrit teacher, Mr. Yashpal Shastri, he was really, really good. So what he used to do was that he, in a period of 40 minutes, he will make sure that he will teach for not more than 15 minutes, and then will ask at least two students to repeat what he has taught. So I was used to be the first choice thereafter. And then what happened in that particular point in time was that he will start a lesson, I will adapt it in no time, and then I'll immediately restart in the classroom. So for children, it used to be a three-way revision. For me, it used to be a four-way revision, because I'm doing it myself as well after hearing from the teacher and the other students. So it used to be a real fun. Now, this continued not only till school, but later on, even in the college, it remained, because somehow this trait of mine was very well picked up by my professors, even at later stage. So it was like to make a decision in the year 1990, whether to go for teaching or to go for civil services. And I appeared for Haryana Civil Services, made it also. But then my uncle was of the view that whether it is police services or administrative services, these people who you are like kind of at some stage, if you are in these kind of services, you will be bowing down before the people. But if you are a teacher, then the people will bow down before you. Make sure you be a good teacher. I don't know, somehow that clicked, and it clicked so well that I went for a regular B.Ed in a batch of 64 students at that point in time. I was the only one who did B.Ed, and it used to be a high time, peak time of national policy of education. At that point in time came, and Mr. Rajiv Gandhi was talking about computers all across. It's like whether you get a B.Tech degree from a college or from a university, or you get a NIIT course. That was used to be the, I'll say, NIIT was like playing in the mind of the people at that point in time so strongly that everybody, whosoever got into engineering and all that is fine, but the one who could not, they also went in for NIIT. I was the only one and a loner went for a education degree and did my B.Ed. And after doing that, without that being complete, I joined the SOS Children's Villages of India way back in early 90, and then started teaching both mathematics and physics. My passion was physics. I used to do that, and then I was continuing with my master's in education. After doing that, I was thinking of going for a master's in physics, but this Mandal Commission crept in and all that, and then so much of ruckus took place in between all this. So I decided not to go for physics. So Jamia Millia introduced mathematics at that point in time, a master's in mathematics, and it was self-funded. So those who said, those who can do it after the school hours and all that, so it used to be an evening time for me. So I opted for that and dropped physics, opted mathematics by default, kept on with mathematics for quite a long period of time. And then thereafter life became automatically mathematics. All maths, teaching maths and physics. For initial 5 years, both subjects, later on completely switched over to mathematics. What I'll say is that it was more meant for me to be a teacher rather than, I'll say, picking up any other choice whatsoever. I remember once I was offered a posting as a DSP in Intelligence Bureau at Bhopal. So, and I was very excited while I was teaching. It was about 2 years I have taught by then. And then I went rushing to my uncle and said, now this is an opportunity, I must not leave. Within no time, I will be IPS and then I'll be happy and all that. He says, that is the time he told me again. He says, look, as an IPS or whatever we are talking about, you will be bound down before the people. And the profession which I am referring to and which we hail basically from, mark my words, come what may, people will bow down before you. And these words are true. I see them so clearly that not even a single, I'll say, official in Faridabad is of that nature who either have not gone through my teaching or mine as a principal working under me as in other parts of the country. It's like real fun. And when I said I am a fourth generation teacher, so from the age of 20 and a half, which is, I'll say on record, it will become 21 something. That time I started professionally teaching. So by the time people are making choices that what should they do, I have a 7 or 8 years experience of teaching by then in my pocket. So that is the reason that you actually grabbed that opportunity, started early, and then God is kind. What we are on the basis of that today.
Wonderful. So I think it's a very exciting thing, and you were guided very nicely. And I think after you become a teacher or and a principal, you must have made a lot of judges, a lot of DSPs, a lot of IPS,
oh yes,
IAS.
very true.
I think that is more exciting. And so, what is your message for the educationist, people who are planning to take up a job as a teacher or are in the teaching profession?
This is a beautiful question. I'll say, Pranav, this is something very well put by you. Let me just talk about the first part of your statement, wherein you talked about so many IAS, IPS, etc., and all that. Today, I'll say in Haryana, about 5 of the students of mine directly are posted as DMs and SDMs and all other places right now. And Vaishali Singh was the topper of the UPSC Haryana and All India rank 8. This is about 2 years back. So what you are saying is like, absolutely, it's like it fills your heart with joy that, look, you taught them here. They were in the portals of Delhi Public School and otherwise, and then finally they have made for themselves. And you feel really, really nice that though they are champions in their field, but yes, the choice which I made for myself to be a teacher worked out well. I'll say on the second part of your, I'll say, question, my message to the entire fraternity, not only teaching, but those who are aspiring to be either teachers or not, the one who is in an aspiring zone and working towards it, let me tell you, all of us in one form or the other are teachers. The only difference is that we are talking about in a setup like school. So I'll differentiate this question in 2 parts. How I say that all of us are teachers is that mother is the first teacher. So whether a graduate or a postgraduate or a doctorate or I'll say DLit, doesn't make a difference. Mother becomes a teacher, the first teacher for the child. And so the father is, by taking different parts. And the child starts learning from there at a very, very early age. Now, when it comes down to the part like the part which we are talking about as a professional teacher, I'll say aspirants must understand that I'm observing a trend that most multinational professionals nowadays, which are bright, are turning to teaching. The reason for that is it is so satisfying as a job that you simply can't match it. Supposing you get a kick of, I'll say, lakhs and lakhs of rupees by working on a particular project and you feel happy about it, but that happiness can never match by transmitting happiness on the face of a one who is in front of you and the reward which you get in return while at the same time. So right now in my school, there are about 10 teachers as of today who I have taught them in the classroom and teachers with me now. And after working in Infosys, after working at various top places and all, getting into IITs and all that, coming back to me and teachers now is a real delight. The reason is the amount of job satisfaction, the professional satisfaction which one can talk about in the area where we are today there is absolutely no comparison, Pranav. I'll say the most rewarding, most noble, and most humble profession of all is teaching in itself. And as per Shastras and Vedas, if I were to say, this is only one profession after agriculture wherein you do not incur sin. Rest all other professions, you are bound to incur sin in some form or the other. There is another noble profession of doctors, which is equally noble, but they do incur sin. Because at times, without realizing, if something goes wrong with someone and they get curse from the patient or from the family, in a way, they are incurring sin. While if you look at teaching, since you are transmitting the most pious thing, the term called knowledge, it is like you're just giving, giving, giving. And in return, if you are getting some money and you are feeding your family, it's good enough. That is fair enough. If not, even then you feel happy and satisfied within yourself. So my suggestion to the people those who are coming forward now is that look, if you want to be in a profession where you want to be completely satisfied, the only profession is teaching. I'm not saying teaching only at the level of the nursery or 12th or graduation or at post graduation. It can be any level. But unless you give back to the society from where you have received what you have received, if you do not have that feeling in you, mark my words, you are not satisfied and you are not contented. So in order to draw that contention, I'll say the best part would be give it back to the society. Teaching is one such profession. So therefore, whether you get rewards in terms of monetary or not, that's a separate issue. Not that it is not at all that I'll say people say that it is not that fruitful in our country, but I'll say it is sufficiently good to manage your, I'll say, day-to-day course. If that is there, then I'll say it's one's way of looking at how they want to perceive life later for themselves. But truly speaking, you ask any multinational top professional, whether it is Sundar Pichai or about anybody, the amount of happiness they draw after a presentation to the people sitting in front of you as teachers, that way is more satisfying rather than making more money. So in a way, one of the most pious, best of the, I'll say, professions, which does not incur sin, I'll prefer teaching above all. It's one of the best and the topmost.
Great. I'm sure this is very encouraging for the people or students who want to take teaching as a profession and educationist. Thank you so much, sir. I think not only educationist, this will help all the stakeholders of education. Thanks, Mr. Anil Kumar.